Hey, what's up guys, it's your boy Gabe Lab. Welcome back to the YouTube video. Oh, I know it's been a while since I posted a video. I think it's going to about a month right now, but hey, as you guys been knowing, life happens sometimes, and this is not my job right here. This is just what I do to help y'all, and well, I guess help myself as well because I'm making some content, right? But mostly I'm just pushing out the knowledge that I know and the things I feel like you guys might need as well. But yeah, life happens. I've been working hard. So much has been going on in the background, behind the scenes that you guys don't even know about. And that doesn't even also just, so that literally has nothing to do with social media. I'm just talking about like life in general and those things I have to do. But yeah, you guys know life happens, and I really hope you guys understand. For example, one of the things that have been going on in the background is studying for this. Well, this is all you need to see right here. Studying for this right here. And if anybody knows what this is about, it takes a lot of time. Basically going through the sections, going through the logical reasoning, analytical reasoning, reading comprehension. Trust me guys, it takes a little moment. But backing that up, we're working my 2 jobs right now. There's so much been going on, but hey, I did not forget about you guys. The content the idea has been there, but making the time for the content has been an hassle. But hey, we're back at it. We're here. We're making another video. Let's get to it. All right, so quick update. For those that are just watching me for the first time, if you did not know, you can go through my previous videos on my YouTube channel, and I explained why I got fired from my previous academy. Now, for those that have been watching and for those that are new, everybody can all get this message. I do plan on applying for another police department in the future. I'm thinking somewhere around 2024. 2024 is looking like a good year so far for me to like apply again. I'm just kind of like giving it time. I feel like I'm personally in a mental state that can finally go back to doing what I like doing, what I love doing, you know, physically stuff. I'm physically I feel great. Physically I feel great. I'm ready. I've always felt great physically, but I don't think I've ever felt this great physically. Mentally, I'm back, man. I'm like, yeah, I've learned so much. I'm gonna let y'all know real quick. Sometimes life happens, right? And you go through stuff in life so you can learn on how to not mess up in the future. Sometimes life and the things that we go through are literally nothing but lessons that prepares us for a bigger breakthrough. Sometimes we go through a setback for a bigger comeback. You feel me? I ain't trying to preach out here, but I'm telling you, hey, it be like that sometimes. But yeah, yo, mentally I feel like I'm back in a space where I can apply again. If you already know, I applied for like I think 4 or 5 departments, and they all told me no. Just because a lot of people on my YouTube channel like, oh, why are you not applying for another police department? I did apply for another police department, and at least 4 to 5 of those police departments, which I will not mention, all said no to me because of my history of getting fired from that one police department. So many people are like, oh, just apply again, just do it again. It's like, well, I did apply and it just did not happen, unfortunately. So I told myself I'm gonna give it some time. I'm gonna let it cook. I'm gonna let myself get back in a space where I feel great. Because I'm gonna tell you, in all these departments, I passed everything. When I went for the exams, I was #1 out of everybody. And like I said, I'm not gonna mention the names. And when I went for the physical exams, I passed all of the physical exams, like the push-ups, sit-ups, the run, the row, depending, because every department's physical requirement is different. And I passed each and every single one of them. But I'm gonna tell you right now, regardless of my military background and everything, every single one of these departments kind of like said no to me. And I kind of like figured, well, that's kind of the end of my police career. It might be, honestly, it might not be, but we'll see. I've been working, I've been trying to go back, I've been studying, and I've been trying to go, you know, head back to school, as you guys can see from the beginning of this video. And sometimes life happens and we just have to kind of like adapt and move on. Just because your life stops or pauses doesn't mean life in general stops, and people still need you to do your stuff, and you kind of like have to be there. So if you need a break, yeah, go ahead and take a break, man. Which is exactly what I did with the police academy. I took a break. I appreciate all of the advice that you guys were giving. Oh, apply again. Yes, I did apply. I literally applied. I can think 3 months later after I got fired, and I did not get a job afterwards with any police department. But now I'm thinking I might apply again 2024. But honestly, if no police department takes me in 2024, I might be done with the police department personally. I just might be like, okay, you know what? Because the job I have right now the job I have right now is okay. You feel me? The pay is not a problem. It's just more of what I want to do as opposed to just pay. Because money is not everything, but it's good to have it. You feel me? It's gonna kind of suck to not have it. So yeah, basically, after taking like almost a year now, going to a year off from the cop world and anything police whatsoever, I thought to myself, like, becoming a cop in 2023 is even worth it. And personally, from my perspective, I think it's worth it. Y'all can go ahead and disagree. That's perfectly fine. It is your right to. However, personally, I feel like it's worth it. First of all, let's start with one of the most important things about becoming a cop that nobody likes to talk about. It'd be like, oh, you guys don't get paid enough. Pay. You cops get paid enough. I think you get paid enough. I mean, personally, if you have like a bunch of kids, or maybe like 2 or 3 or more, that might be a problem. But I don't have those issues yet. So personally, for me, it's worth it. I saw a police department. I think the lowest I've seen the police department's pay is about like 50 grand, and that's like in some select areas. But like in most departments, they're paying about like 70 grand. And if you go like lateral, lateral pretty much means you're a former cop or you're a cop already and you want to transfer to different departments. Some departments take you for like 35 bucks an hour. You do the math. So I think that's pretty cool. The pay for police department, the pay depending on the police department that you go to is actually not terrible. Like if you're around my age, I'm 28 right now. If you're around my age and you don't have no case or any major, other worldly responsibility besides like your car, rent, things like that, then I feel like having a job as a cop is actually a decent starter job. Actually, not even just a job, a decent, very good career, if you want to call it that. I think it's a very great career to truly just starting and possibly just being and finishing. So yes, secondly, another thing we can talk about is the shifts as you work as a cop. Now, this is all dependent upon the kind of department that you work at. Some departments still do the 8-hour shift, 5 days a week, but most departments, from what I'm tracking so far, do the 12-hour shift, 4 days a week, and you get 3 days to yourself, or at least 2.5 days to yourself. And of course, there's always a chance for overtime. We're already that extra pay already. So that in itself is really nice, because why? If you were trying to go to school, or if you're trying to have other schedules and plans that you want to do outside of just regular work, this would actually be perfect with your timeline. And of course, one of the departments do 10-hour shifts 4 days a week, or some do 10-hour shifts 5 days a week. And either of the case, if you're trying to go to school part-time, of course, this is going to be helpful to you and help you out with everything that you're trying to work on. But yeah, thirdly, let's talk about some other things that is not so comfortable. Let's talk about the fact that police officers, just like several other jobs in America, but police officers in America do not get enough credit for the kind of good job that they do. It is more pronounced about the bad stuff that is out there. The media as a way of proclaiming cops to be all the way terrible. And that is not always the case. Like I said, I didn't say it's not the case. I said it's not always the case. However, the media has done a very, very good job of like portraying most of the bad stuff. The bad stuff gets the millions of views. The good stuff does not really get the most views, unfortunately. And it is not bad all around. It's good and it's bad, just like literally every other job. But let's talk about some of the stuff that's not so comfortable in the fact that you're gonna be hated in this job. People are not gonna like you. You're gonna be called a party pooper. You're gonna be called a party pooper. When people see you, everybody wants to act right, because like we're in the presence of the law, because you represent the law, and nobody wants to act out or do anything illegal. You have to go into a place that might be armed, or go into a traffic stop that might be armed, and it could turn bad because you have no clue what to expect. You have to be reactive as opposed to proactive. So you can be thinking proactive, but you can't act proactive, because if you go to a traffic stop, for example, and already have your gun out without having any clue who or what is in the vehicle, that's gonna look bad on you and your department. So as a soldier, and in my time in the combat zone, we knew it was a combat zone. So we were ready. We had all our gear on, we had our gun out, everything was ready. We knew what we were expecting. However, as a cop, you never know what you're gonna expect, because you're not constantly in a combat zone. That's not what's going on. So you have to be more of reactive as opposed to proactive, unfortunately. So in your head, you could think proactive. However, you're not gonna go into a traffic stop with your weapon already out, because there could be a kid in there with your mom or nothing, a whole family. You don't know what's gonna be in there. So you have to be more like reactive. Okay, react as the situation goes. If it's going really south, am I getting my taser out? Am I getting my baton out? Am I getting my gun out? Different level of force, and different level of force requires different level of reaction. It's as simple as that. Yeah, I have like a whole bunch of other things to say. However, I'm not gonna waste your time. This wasn't supposed to be a long video. I tried to like cut it short as much as possible. In conclusion, is it worth it becoming a cop in 2023? I think so. Like, yeah, I'm still gonna be applying for a police job in the year 2024. If I get the job, cool. If I don't get a job, it is what it is. I'm not gonna keep on applying. The clay don't want me. It is what it is. But if I do get the job, that's great. I still believe, regardless of whatever happens, that becoming a police officer in the year 2023 is worth it. You should definitely go into it. Great pay. It's a great career to go into. It's gonna serve you for the rest of your life type stuff. So yeah, do I think it's worth it? I think it's worth it. But yeah, that's mostly all about this for this video, guys. I don't really have much to say right now. I'm probably gonna make another video later. Regardless of, I have so much going on, and that's still not an excuse, but we're still working towards it, guys. Alright, yo, that's for me from now. And as always, peace and love, yo.